After you go ahead and you find a product that has demand using a tool like Exploding Topics, you'll want to check the total addressable market of that product, also known as the TAM. And the TAM matters because it shows the potential growth for the brand and how big the opportunity actually is. It's better to be number 8 in a massive market than it is to be number 1 in a tiny market. So to put numbers to that, you at least want to see $100 million TAM. 1 billion plus is ideal, and under 50 million is probably too small. So one way to check the TAM, I mean, you can Google it, and I will have in the notes below some formats you can use to Google it. But I like to use ChatGPT, and there are 2 ways you can use ChatGPT. One is just asking, 2 is using deep research, which is offered to anyone with a paid ChatGPT membership now. It used to just be for the $200 a month plan, but now they offer so many uses on the $20 a month plan, and it's a really handy tool for doing market research reports. I just asked ChatGPT, what is the TAM for beef tallow face cream? And here's what it gave. First, it gave the beef tallow market overview, and it says that is at 14.2 billion. But be cautious here when you get the results, because you might say, oh, 14.2 billion, but that's just the general beef tallow market. If you scroll down, it says tallow in personal care and cosmetics, saying that's valued at 8 billion. And then if you go a little bit lower, it says the TAM for beef tallow face creams can be estimated to be in the range of hundreds of millions to a few billion globally. For a more precise targeted market research focusing specifically on beef tallow face creams would be necessary. So this is what I mean about using this as a brief screening and then doing a deep research report. So here it kind of gives you, like, based on a quick survey, they think it's 100 million to a few billion, and you're like, okay, that sounds interesting. So now I can tell it to give me a deep research report on beef tallow face cream TAM. Click the deep research function and then click run. It's going to give you some clarifying questions. Is this for the US or not? Do you want analysis of growth trends, competitor landscape, consumer preferences? Should we compare beef tallow-based creams to other natural skincare products? Are there any specific points of research you'd like to prioritize? Okay, so I'm going to say prioritize market size estimates, because that's what we're doing this for. Let's just say for the US market. And yes, it's okay to use natural skincare face products as comps, only if there's not enough data on beef tallow face cream sales. So now it's doing a deep research report, and I'm going to pause this for a second and come back when it finishes. It has finished doing the research. It took 6 minutes to complete. It went through 22 sources, and it gave us a super in-depth report. So it tells us beef tallow is a niche segment. No official TAM figure is published anywhere for just tallow-based face creams, but we know that skincare is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and as a proxy, the natural organic face care market is about 1.15 billion. Beef tallow products likely account for a tiny slice of this, perhaps tens of millions of dollars range. For comparison, plant-based skincare products were valued around 140 million in 2023. Beef tallow is a more specialized niche, currently generating significantly less revenue than plant-based or vegan skincare lines. In short, the TAM for beef tallow face creams in the US today is relatively small, likely under 50 million, but it sits within a rapidly growing natural skincare space. If I'm looking at selling a face cream, I've just found a lot of valuable info from this report, that there's a big natural and organic face care market, over $1 billion, but beef tallow, which is made from cows, is not the biggest market. Plant-based skincare, vegan cosmetics, these are much bigger markets to get into. So if I was set on wanting to create a face cream, then I would go back to the drawing board looking at like what are vegan, could I start a vegan cosmetics brand since it has a 17 billion global TAM. For the fun of it, let's keep going through this research report. You can see what else it gives you. Growth trends. It gives you research on, gives you the key brands that are competing in this space. Also gives you the price points of those brands. It tells you like who's buying this: mothers and families, lifestyle enthusiasts, older adults with sensitive skin, and the ancestral lifestyle groups. And all the way at the end, it says a conservative estimate for the TAM of beef tallow face cream might reach 50 to 100 million within 5 to 10 years. So when we look at our guidelines here, we want at least 100 million. Under 50 million is too small. So I'm thinking this is too small. Let's go and find another product here. Let's try this one, Lion's Mane Gummies, as 99x growth. So, okay, what is the TAM for Lion's Mane Gummies? Okay, so like here we go. Here's something that meets the demand. The global mushroom gummies market is expected to grow from 11 billion to 25 billion. So we can already see, like, just by doing ChatGPT to look at what the TAM is for a specific product. Like if you were selling beef tallow face cream, like, yeah, people would buy it on TikTok, right? But there's a whole lot more people buying mushroom gummies. And the bigger product market is, the bigger the built-in demand for a product is, the bigger the TAM is, the easier it will be for you to sell it once you go through the process of proper branding and making it stand out.